Hey everybody, it's Ian the Off Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. Today we are going to take a look at a new-ish product. It's been out for a little bit, but I'm just now getting the chance to take a look at it and review it. So I'm going to be taking a look at this new Magic Binder Maker. It is a no iron device that is supposed to be able to help you create binding for quilts without the need of an iron. So we're going to test this out today and see what we think. It is from Taylor Seville, I think is how you say that. I'm probably saying it wrong. But it comes in two sizes. It comes in a width of 2¼ and then it has a 2½, which I just threw on the tabletop here. So we're going to try this out and see if it works. I've gone ahead and cut some binding, a small little binding sample. So we're going to test it out today on this small little piece to see what I think about it. And by the way, yes, I am at Becca's because I needed a good overhead camera and I don't really have one set up. So I snuck over here to Becca's and I'm going to hopefully be able to use that overhead camera to show you a little bit better of how this all works. I love on the packaging that it has a, it has a picture of an iron and it X's through it and says no iron, easy fold, sharp creased binding. So let's take it out of the package and see what we think. All right, as you can see, we, like I just said, we have two different sizes, but they are two different colors, so that way you know which one is which. And it even, does it say it? I don't see if it says it on the actual piece, but whenever we take it out, we'll look at it. But you can also scan a QR code. It has the instructions over here on the side, so we're going to finger press, insert, close the latches, pull through, and then it makes that sharp crease. But it has the instructions and it also has a QR code both on the front and on the back that you can use to scan and figure out, like, how do you do this? I have the feeling it has a video because it says watch the video, and you can watch the video and see how to use the device. It does show us the correct and incorrect way to put it into the device, the machine. It's not really a machine because it doesn't have any gears or anything, but it shows the correct way and incorrect way to use it. So let's go ahead and open up. I always use the 2½-inch binding. So let's go ahead and open up the packaging and take a look at it. All right, here it is up close. It is clear plastic, which is a little off-putting because you can see the other side there. There is a QR code again that you can scan. It shows the little picture of the phone. You can scan it with your phone to get to that video. It's got tabs on the side that pull out. They're kind of what is that? What is that stuff called? I don't know. Not Teflon, but silicone. It has a little bit of a silicone. Yeah, and so you just take it. Oh, by the way, it also had a binding spool in there as well. So let's give this a try. Again, it says we're going to take it, and let me make sure I'm looking at okay. So we feed it in on the instructions here. It shows that we're going to feed it in from the back side, it feels like, not from, don't put it in the mouth, put it in the throat, I guess. I don't know. It seems a little counterintuitive. I know a lot of people who would want to put it through on this side, but we're going to be putting it through the back side and then doing it that way. So we're going to finger press. I'm going to go ahead and finger press on this side. So there's my little finger press. I'm going to put it through this side right here. We'll see if I can, you're watching in real time. We're going to learn together, right? So it looks like it fits right inside those grooves right there. I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to use these little latches on either side. I think that's what you call that. And then, oh, I messed it up because I didn't pull it out far enough. Whoops. So you need it out far enough to actually grab it. That would be helpful. Okay, so there we go. All right, now I've got it enough that we can actually grab it. Okay, so there's that. I'm actually going to flip it around because I feel like I might be able to pull it out better this direction. So I'm just kind of gently finger press. We're going to gently pull it through. Takes a little bit of pressure to get it through there, I'm noticing. seems to be staying pretty consistent. As you can see, there's a little bit of an edge there. Because sometimes I've used other binder helpers or binding, not binder, binding tools, and it's given me uneven results. Like one piece of fabric was way off from the other. So this seems to be doing pretty well. It's actually creasing pretty nicely. It does take a lot of force, and I feel like I'm kind of stretching my fabric a little bit, but surprisingly, it seems to be doing okay. I'm actually really surprised. I'm genuinely surprised on this. All right, whoa, there we go. So, okay, so it did do it a little off here on the back side towards the end. I probably should have paid a little more attention to that. So you can see here, it's a little off. I wonder if I can put it back through and see if I can get it a little better maybe. So I'm going to put it back through. I'm not going to worry about the front. I'm just going to worry where I started to get off a little bit. And I'm actually going to flip it over because I bet that way I can see it a little better. Here's about where I started to get off. So we're going to close that, lock it. And then I'm going to watch this as it goes through. Got to make sure that I'm lining it up pretty well. And here's where I really started to get off track. Let me see if I can fix that. So I'm re-finger creasing it. Oh, and it's not doing what I wanted to do. That's better. Not perfect, but at least it's a little bit better. And whenever I open it up, it has a definite crease in there. You can see that it has a very defined crease of where it was going through the device. I mean, that's not bad. I wouldn't be mad at this. I do notice that it has a little bit, it's stretched a little bit. I can see that it's stretched a little bit. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with how that worked because it just uses friction in the inside here. There are two wheels. That's what actually does the creasing part, is this wheel right here and this wheel right here. And I feel overall that I'm kind of surprised with how well defined that crease comes out, because I feel like when I finger press, I can get an okay press. But yeah, no, it seems to have, I would use that on a quilt. I think, maybe not a show quilt. I may not use that one on a show quilt, but I would probably use that on a quilt that I'm going to give as a gift or, you know, have and keep for myself. That's not terribly bad. In fact, it's pretty good. It really impresses me. So I'd have to fix that a little bit. But honestly, yeah, I think that works out pretty well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a simple and easy. Oh, peep the doggy drinking over in the corner there. But anyways, yeah, that's it. That's all there is with this. It's a simple device, but it seems to work pretty well. Especially in areas where you might not have a lot of room to iron or press in. For instance, in my sewing room at my place, I don't really have a lot of room to work with a whole long stretch of binding, and so it becomes kind of a little difficult to find a good place to lay out and iron everything. So I feel like this would help me kind of be able to make binding a lot easier in my smaller space, and I don't have to worry about the cord gets tangled up a lot of times because I'm like trying to maneuver the iron and then also, you know, wrap the binding up. Anyways, it can be a little complex, and in such a small space it gets a little difficult. I feel with this it makes it a lot easier, and I could pretty much stay in one place and, you know, just kind of work on pulling it onto the binding spool rather than having to iron and then put it on the spool and then iron some more and put it on the spool. I feel like I could, manage it a little easier. Easy to use, has arrows, and even has a video link that you can use, and comes in 2 sizes, 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch. So depending on whatever preference you have for binding, I think one of these will work for you. So I think it's a cool device. I don't know that I'm going to use it every single time, especially for show quilts, but I think for quick, easy, just really easy binding to put together for a simple quilt, I think I'll probably use this in the future. Now, I didn't try it on bias binding, and I worry about what if I did, because with bias binding, that already has a lot of stretch in it. For this one, I just used regular strip of fabric, just straight on the grain fabric. I don't know how this would work for bias binding, because you saw how much force it took me to kind of pull it through it. So I wonder if the bias binding might stretch even more, which that worries me a little bit. I'll have to try that in the future, and I'll report back when I give it a try. So I guess you all want to know, would I recommend this product? I feel like if you have a small space or have difficulty moving an iron around or maneuvering an iron, this might be a really good product for you. And especially if you are tired of burning your fingers. I tend to burn my fingers a lot when putting binding together because I always grab the fabric before it's cooled down. So anyways, I feel like if you're one of those people or just need a quick, easy binding, this might be a great tool to have around your craft room, and easily accessible, ready to go and put a binding together in what feels like minutes. Well, I think that's the video. I know it's short and sweet, but there's not much to this, to be honest. So that's what we got for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you end up getting this product, let me know down in the comments what you think about it, because I'm curious if you'll find it just as handy as I do. I hope everybody has a great day. And remember, guys, normal is just a setting on the dryer. Bye.